Hey everyone, I'm gonna put a little update out here. A couple of you wanted to see my locomotive rosters, um, and so I'm gonna go over that here in just a moment. But first, I wanted to go over just a couple of things um, that I hadn't shown before. I've got some lighting here. The gentleman who built this station. He put some lighting in, um, some pretty nice lighting in there. It's a little light in here, so it's a little bit harder to see, but um, he did a good job on that. I've also have some cars and street lights from Woodland Scenics. There is a police vehicle there with a flashing light in the headlights. There is an old 50s style car. I believe that's a Plymouth. I can't remember exactly, but it's got the headlights. Also, the tail lights light up on that. Um, and then along the street, I have the street lights. Um, they're actually on. It's hard to see in this video. Um, Maybe I'll try to figure out how to do a night shoot some night. Um, and then also over in the farm area, the house is lit up. Um, Street lamps are on. Again, those are hard to see. The cabin is lit up as well as the light outside there. So they're pretty easy to use. It's just basically plug and play on the Woodland Scenics lights. You really don't need to know any wiring or soldering or anything like that. It's a nice system. It's called the Just Plug lighting system if you're interested. So also on a layout update, this area here in front of the neighborhood, um, I am going to be putting in some sidewalks here up along this side over here as well. I've ordered from Evergreen Scale Models some sidewalk, prefabbed sidewalk. I wish I would have known about it sooner. If you can see like the roadway here and all the sidewalks and the driveways and all this road here. I made all that with the Woodland Scenics Smooth It, which you mix and pour. Um, and it's a good system, but it's a lot of work. And there's sanding, and then of course vacuuming all the dust up. So it's a lot of work. I wish I would have known about this Evergreen sooner. I'm hoping that makes things a little bit easier to do on that. Also, in chat, we had talked about that New York Central E8 locomotive, and I mentioned that I had a N scale one. I'm going to pan around here and show you the one that I have. That's my HO scale E8 New York Central with a lightning stripe. It's going to be on display. I have a few HO things I'm just going to display. I prefer running things in N scale just for the size factor. I mean, you can do so much in N scale that I couldn't do in HO scale with my limited space. So, but it's a really, really nice piece, and I look forward to displaying that. So I had a couple people, let me spin around here. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy. Had a couple people want to know my locomotive roster. So I'm going to go around the table in no particular order, just kind of the way they're set up here now, and let you know about these. So first off, we have a Phase 4 Amtrak P42 number 22. It's DCC. I actually added the decoder to that. And it runs pretty good. It's got sound. I'm not all that into the sound part of it. It's cool. It's a cool novelty thing, I think. But when you're actually running your trains and trying to talk to people, it's kind of annoying. But anyway, it does have some sound on there. Going over next locomotive is my Norfolk Southern. I believe that's 9590. Yeah, that's 9590-9. That's my scale trains. The P42 I showed you too, that was a Kato P42. This is a scale trains -9 on that one. Fantastic details on that locomotive. Coming over, next we have the current generation P42 number 160. It's Kato, DCC, no sound. I prefer it that way. It just, plus they're quite a bit less expensive too if you just get DCC without the sound on there. But another really, really good runner from Kato on that. So going back here, we have the F7A and F7B from Broadway Limited. 1640 and 2420 are the numbers on those. It pulls these cars. Those are actually cars from Bachmann, which generally doesn't have a good name from what I've seen in product, but they do have some very nice products. Don't let things fool you. They do have some cheap stuff, but they've got some really good stuff as well. And these cars are part of that really good stuff. They run well, they came pre-lit, and they work flawlessly. So I really like those. In front of that, I have a GP40, my New York Central GP40 from Atlas. This locomotive is probably 20 years old. DCC, I installed the DCC decoder in that. No sound, but it runs fantastic. It switches out, it'll be my switcher for my coal into my power plant. So next we have an SD70 M-2, number 2610. I've got it linked with the Kato 1066 SD70 Ace, the New York Central Heritage Unit. Both of those are Kato units right there. Right behind that is a CSX number 721. It's an ES44AC. Another Kato unit, runs flawlessly. Really enjoy running that. In front here, I've got an SD60, Atlas SD60, number 6952. Runs pretty well. For some reason, I can't use a 4-digit address. It will only run on a 2-digit address. And I'm not sure why, but not a big deal. But it's really another good runner. Moving over in the back here, a couple of my switchers. These switchers work in tandem based on how my switching area is laid out. I have in the back there is an SD 40-2, number 6159, Broadway Limited. In front of that, I have a 5295 GP38 Atlas. Again, on that Atlas, I have to use a 2-digit code to run that. I'm not sure exactly why that is with those, but what I do is I have one of them push cars into this area here. And as you can see, I have an area here. So I have the GP38 will push cars in, and the SD40-2 will push them back into wherever they need to go. So they kind of work together there. Kind of fun to do. Let's see, over in the back here, my E8s, number 4054 and 4049, DC powered, no decoders in those. I run those on address 00. Probably won't be doing anything with codes in those or decoders. I would just hate to mess those up, so I'm not even going to touch those, and they run really well. But those locomotives are Kato, and those are probably, man, they're probably 20 plus years old, and they run fantastic. In front here, I have a F7 Norfolk Southern 4270. These locomotives, these next four, I'm not running them. I really don't have any room on the layout, and they really don't fit for one reason or another. The Union Pacific is a 932. I have a decoder in that. I have the Union Pacific Excursion set, which is a fantastic set that I pull with this E8 here. However, again, I really don't have the room on here. And that whole set with this locomotive may be for sale at some point here. I just hate to see it sitting around. It's such a beautiful set. And the last two, I have a GP40 CBQ. This is an Atlas. That is a non DCC or just DC locomotive. And then behind that is a GP20, which you don't see those very often, especially not anymore. But it's a GP20, which, again, both of these run really well. They're DC powered, but I can't find any room on the layout to use them. So I'll pull them out every now and again and just run them around just to keep them running. I'll oil them up and keep them going. I hate to see them not get any use, but I don't actually use them in the operations here. So anyway, I think I've covered everything. If I didn't, I'll update it. But anyway, I wanted to get that out, especially for Seth and Cautious Coin. They wanted to see my locomotive list. So shout out to you guys. Thanks a lot. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye.